got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through them.
Welcome back to another episode of the Problems on Problems podcast. I am your host, Mike Santi, and today we're talking about maybe I'm prepared. Nah, not this week. Today we're talking about the friend zone. I know. What better interlude? Interlude? Sometimes I don't know what words I'm looking for, but what better interruption to your cuffing season? Yeah. To your season, because it's week 3 of tryouts. You guys are doing your thing. Welcome to starting to get a little bit closer to an actual fall in North Carolina. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the friend zone, something that is, it's kind of different for guys and girls. But hopefully by the end of this, you'll you'll know a little bit more, basically what it is, how'd you get there, what to do. There's really only one answer on what to do, and if you haven't figured it out by now, find out at the end of this episode. But yeah, so did I forget anything? No, I didn't. Welcome, hello, happy, all that stuff. But yeah, so what is the friend zone? Firstly, I don't know if it's just me or it's probably just me. That light, the softbox today is not soft. Like, this thing is bright right now. So we'll see what happens. But let's take the friend zone and think of it as a sports franchise. And I already don't like this. I don't know if I don't like this because I'm going to be disclosing. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I like this. Mainly because this could be disclosing a lot of things about how people think, but hey, what else am I supposed to do? We've conducted some research with guys and girls, and here are the answers that you guys provided. There goes an answer right there. But yes, sports franchise, when you have your roster, oh God, I really don't like where this is going. Your roster, and that is your dating pool. If you're single, it's okay to be single. It's okay to see different people. It's okay to date different people. Multiple people. I don't know what your time frame is. I'm not here to judge. You go out there and find whatever you're looking for. But in this roster, you have your starters, which are like, this sounds so bad. Your starters, they're like your main rotation. Those are the people that you see often. They are yeah, I would say most people, most single people have a roster anywhere from 1 to 5 people. If you have more than that, is it a roster anymore if you have more than 5? We'll talk about that later, but yeah. So for the context of today, you've got your starters. They're doing their thing. Those are the people that you like hanging out with the most, the people that you like doing other things with the most. Then you got your subs, the people that you're so about. And at the bottom of that pool, you have your reserves or your practice team, otherwise known as the friend zone. And it is mainly because most of these people will never see the field. They'll never make it onto the pitch, onto the court, whatever you want to call it. They are not going to be a starter. They are just... they're not going to be your starter. They're probably going to be somebody else's starter, just not yours. And you know that right now. So don't judge. We're just telling you how it is. But yeah, that's the friend zone. For most guys, if you make it to a guy's friend zone, you're probably just a homie at this point in time. He might no longer see you as a female or a romantic interest. Let's call it that. Because, all females. But yeah, so if you get friend zoned by a guy, it's probably just because, like, we know nothing's ever going to happen. Not we. They know nothing's going to happen. You won't try anything kind of thing. If you made it to homie status, well, if you want to be there, it's an awesome place to be. If you don't want to be there, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, guys, if for guys putting you in the friend zone, it's just not gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But we still kick with you. You still cool. You're cool to have around. That sounds awful. But for girls, geez. Now this is just coming from the people that I talk to. I talk to a lot of people. If I didn't talk to you, talk to me. I'll talk back. A lot of talking, a lot of T-Pain lyrics. But for girls, I found that apparently the friend zone is like a limbo, more or less like a holding cell. This is for some. For most women, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. The emotionally mature women, having somebody in the friend zone would be the same, or should be the same, is the same as a guy's friend zone, in the sense that it ain't happening. Like, no, there's nothing that you can do that is going to change the fact that she does not see you as a suitor, not even a potential suitor. That is all lovely and dandy, and that's how things should be. For some, that very, very, very small minority, it's a holding cell, a limbo of sorts, where we'll say it like this. Guys and girls, if you end up in this space of the friend zone where the person's not interested in dating you, but they do like keeping you around, leave. Get out of that friend zone. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want somebody that before I go into this rant, it's not really a rant. Why would you stick around if you were really only in this romantically? That person no longer expresses that person clearly does not like you in a romantic sense. So just get out. Why would you do that to yourself? And that's where we get to the fuzzy part of the friend zone, aka how'd you get here? So how'd you get here? There's really just one way how you got here. There is another way, and we should probably talk about that. One way that you can get into the friend zone is basically if someone's manipulating you, where they like having you around. They know that you're interested in them, but they're not interested in you, but they also like what you bring to the table, just not in a dating sense. For those people, shame on you. Like, don't string people around. That's not nice. I've been in the friend zone and I've put people in the friend zone, and I can tell you that in all cases, if you're leading someone on, that's a bad thing. Shame on you. Get better. Do better as a person. Communicate more. Use your words. Process emotions. Things like that adults do. But yeah, that's scenario number one. The second way you can get there is that if you're in denial, which is 100% your fault. If someone's already told you no, you either have a bunch of wax in your ear, you don't know what no means, maybe you don't speak English or a majority of languages that also use no for no. Yeah, or you're just, I don't know, crazy, because stubborn and all that stuff, that's just, you don't understand, but you just don't understand no. If someone doesn't like you like that or doesn't want you like that, wild theory, you just move on, crazy. I know it's wild, but yeah, you just move on. But from what I found out from some of you guys, from your experience in the friend zone, is that you don't do well with no. What? I don't. Whoa. This is really towards the girls and my stomach. If a guy tells you no, there is no point in holding on to any hope, because that's it. No. If a lady tells you no, there's no point of holding on to any any hope, because no. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. Most of you guys already know this. Most of you guys are well versed in the friend zone. Let's not talk about it. But yeah, so I don't know. Just stop it. Like the Michael Jordan meme says, just stop it. There's no reason for it. And plus you're doing this weird thing of playing this mental ping pong with yourself that's just going back and forth of like, she likes me not. She likes me not. And all you're doing is killing more flowers and killing your sanity. So, ladies, gentlemen, if you're in the friend zone, what do? Leave. Get the fuck out. That's really it. I mean, so yes, I would say there's a nuance to the friend zone, and it all depends on like the parties involved and who cares and all that stuff. So let's say scenario A is that both people kind of were interested in each other romantically, then mutually decided that before crossing any lines, mutually decided that they'd be better off as friends, and in which case you go on your merry way. But you know what that took? It took maturity. It took conversation. It took communication. And it took honesty about your feelings, which is the most important part. Honesty about your feelings. And then also respecting other people's feelings. Because scenario B would be something along the lines of, well, I don't know. Person A likes person B, but person B is unreciprocating. Those feelings aren't reciprocated to person A. And in which case, person A should understand that if they like person B romantically and they don't feel the same way, person A should get out of that situation. Person B should also get out of that situation, because you putting someone in the friend zone is... If you put someone in the friend zone, you have to make sure that you're communicating that there's no chance. If you don't do that directly to their face, anybody who's been put into the friend zone will not understand that there's no chance, okay? But yeah, most roads lead to an exit. And so if you caught yourself in the friend zone, or if you've been caught in the friend zone, if you end up in the friend zone, just leave. Know your worth. Know yourself. If you put somebody into the friend zone, make sure that it's mutual, or at least that you've communicated to this person thoroughly, that to the point that they understand there is no hope. Because I learned the hard way that if you don't blatantly tell somebody that there's no chance, they still think there's a chance. I've also been on the other side of that too, when I was emotionally immature and needy. Ugh, needy Mike, such an unattractive guy. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we'll take a break. We'll do what I always do. You know, the stuff where I reset all this, blah, 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 yada, yada. We come back and we do the same thing that we do every week, and we get you guys out of here. But yeah, hit the POP thing. POP, all the time. And we're back. So, like we do every week, you think I would have a better segue into this. What do we do every week? Oh, the same thing we do every week, Pinky. Try and take over the world. Name that reference, I might give you money. But where is this episode going? Our Friday food debates. Last week, part of Hispanic Heritage Month, or to wrap up Hispanic Heritage Month, I decided to get a little saucy. And so I asked you, tequila or rum? And 68% of you guys are about that agave. So tequila won. I mean, really, who's trying to take, if you break it down into shots, which I think is what most of you guys did. If you break it down to shots, who's trying to take shots of rum? Nobody. Other than that, though, I would say, so for me personally, I will gravitate more towards tequila, just because I feel as though I think it's easier to mix. If in the off chance I take a shot, I'd much rather it be tequila over rum, and it makes me feel good. Not that I don't feel good anyways, But yeah, tequila to me is where it's at. Rum has its place, and rum does a lot of good things, especially if it's like spice rum does certain things, coconut rum, that's all great and dandy. I equate rum personally with more of like a sweet kind of cocktail. And I prefer sour over anything. And tequila kind of gives me that, or pairs better with sour things. Whereas whereas rum, sometimes coconut based, rum will usually give me like a sweet vibe. And ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just not my go-to. But this week, because I talk a lot of shit, here comes a horrible dad joke transition. We're talking about toilet paper. So this week, I just want to know, your toilet paper, is it over or is it under? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll put the caption or the clip right here. But yeah, toilet paper, over or under. And boy, do I have a bunch of things to say to one of the population, to half of the population, whatever the population is that picks what I don't agree with. I got some words for you because the mental terrorism that you were doing by choosing one of these ways. But yes, this week, toilet paper, is it over or under? We'll find out next week. But with that, we move over into our Friday follows. Friday follows. Gosh. I just started thinking about this place and my brain stopped working because number one, I haven't been there in a minute, but number two, oh, it's so good. The business that we're shouting out, the restaurant that we're shouting out is Charlotte's staple, Price's Chicken Coop. Now, there's an entire subsection of fried chicken poles, fried chicken listings, like the rankings and all that stuff. I'm aware, and I know what you're thinking. Mike, why would you pick that spot? Because it's a Charlotte staple. Listen, they're up there on the list. I think for now, for me personally, they're my number one. If you want to talk that ish, light it up in the comments, send me some DMs. You don't want the smoke right now when it comes to chicken spots in Charlotte. But I will say Price's Chicken Coop is out here. You gotta go. It's a cash only spot. Is it a cash only spot? I'm pretty sure it's still cash only. They've got an ATM in there, but come with the cash ready, especially during these quarantine times. Bring a mask. Don't be going into Prices with no mask. Like, don't be that guy. But yes, Price's Chicken Coop, the individual. Gosh, I cannot say enough good things about this guy. I've known him since childhood. We've been in soccer matches together, school clubs together. We've been in male kick lines together. I don't know if you wanted that out there, but we've been through a lot of stuff. Went to our separate cities to do our thing. But yeah, he's doing bits in the real estate game right now, especially in New York City. And it is none other than my boy, Gavin. You can find him at GavinMatthew_ on Instagram. The guy, I cannot, honestly, just go to his page. It will say enough for his work and everything like that. He does not stop grinding. He is out here left and right. If you got that money and you trying to do that New York City life, hit my boy up. But yes, Gavin, you get the shout out this week. Both of these people, they're doing bits. But other than that, guys, let's do some announcements. We'll get you out of here for whatever else you're going to do after this video, whether that's chill, go out, eat, go to work, clean. Maybe you're doing all that stuff right now. Maybe you're just reading an email that you're not that interested in. But a couple of announcements. Be on the lookout for, you already know, the fill in the blank stuff for the Divorce Story Part 2. Thank you guys again for being here through 10 episodes, now 11 episodes. If you haven't already, go check out the questionable content interview with QC Javi. That is what will probably be one of many interviews that we do with him. There's not enough time in the world to get all of his story, which just makes it that much better for you guys because you get to see him over and over again. But yes, go to the questionable content page. Make sure you like and subscribe that one too. Check out the QC Javi episode that we did for Hispanic Heritage Month, the Berto episode that we did for Gilded Images, episode 5, and the soon to come episode 7 with Susie Collins of El Boutique, all part of our Hispanic Heritage Month series. I wish I could say that better. All part of our Hispanic Heritage Month series. There you go, Mike. But yeah, other than that, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Add Problems on Problems podcast on Instagram, here on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe right here. I think that's basically it. Did I forget anything? Oh yeah, and me at Mike Santy 18 on all social media. Find your boy, follow your boy, hit me up. Other than that, guys, like I always say, if it's not a good time, hope it's a good story. I will see you guys next week.